Hello there and welcome back to the colony with Man of the Antz. We are once again playing Planet Coaster Career Mode Extras. And we are once again doing Goldmine Tower. And what a beautiful shot that is. Look at that. That's that way to start. Awesome stuff. So last time we got these last two hard coasters built and opened, which technically do hit the... Oh, one of them doesn't at the moment. That's that one, isn't it? I must have mucked around with that a little bit. Which do hit the... Because it's not opened, maybe? Ah, it's too much fear for some reason. So I've mucked up my save somewhere, but that's not a problem. Because even though we got them both hit the objectives, neither of them are making anywhere near... Oops. Anywhere near enough money at the moment. They are both struggling quite a lot. In fact, I only think one of them's really even hit the 2,000 that we needed for the medium coasters. So anyway, the only thing I think we can really do to try and get it working... Yes, fireworks. Goodbye frame rate. Thank you very much for that. The only thing I think we can really try to do to get it working, which is something we kind of started on last week, but we didn't really get very far, was to increase the number of trains that run on the ride, which means using block points. And that means that it decreases the average speed of the ride. So at the moment, the average speed is bang on 25 miles an hour, and it needs to be at least 25 miles an hour to count for this. So that's where the problem lies. So we need to get two cars running with a block point, which means one's going to be stopped up there for a little bit. And somehow have the ride still hit 25 miles an hour average speed, which means... Because I don't think we did try last time just increasing the chain speed and having a block point, and that didn't do enough. We can change the exit speed. Well, what if we just try that as well? What if we do that? And have that there as well. Does that make any difference? Probably not. Probably not. So anyway, the chain speed is already at maximum. So there isn't anything we can do to really increase the speed of the ride. We do have some breakpoints, or we should have some breakpoints. Where did we put one? We took away all the breakpoints here, didn't we? Oh no, that one's a breakpoint still. That's the block section. That one's nothing at all. So it breaks, it blocks, and then it's nothing. So we could take away that breakpoint there. That might help. So one of the first things we need to do is we actually need to come out of this and increase the number of trains to 2. It's already on 2. Okay, good. Excellent. So it's on 2 trains at the moment. The average speed has gone down to 24 miles an hour. So the first one always is a bit faster because the first one doesn't get blocked. It's the second one that has to stop at the block point, like that one has there, waiting for this one to come back into the station. And you have to have more block points than you do trains. So you have to have the station counts as a block point, that's a block point, there's a block point up there. So we've got 3 block points, we can only have 2 cars. So that's how that works. That's why there's a block point there which doesn't really do anything. If there's something in the station, then they would stop there waiting for the station to clear. So the average speed, as you can see, changes depending on which car it is that goes. But either way, we need to get the fear down a little bit, not increase the not decrease the excitement too much. And that's all basically going to be a little bit challenging. So, I spent a fair bit of time doing this last time. So what I'm probably going to do is just shut up, try and get it working, and then not make you watch all of the fussing around, because the last couple of videos have been about an hour long, which I think is about right for a Planet Coaster video anyway. My concern is that I won't actually get the video done. I won't actually get the rides, both of them in particular, working in an hour. That'll actually take longer than that to get everything up and running. So I'm going to shut up now. I'm going to try and get this one here working, and I'll be back when I've got that working to explain exactly what it is I've done. See you in a minute. Okay then, so it looks like we have managed to figure out this coaster at least. So what I basically noticed was, after lots and lots of fiddling, trying to get it sorted and playing around and all sorts of things, was this point here had a very high amount of fear, and it's basically at the top of a run anyway. It's not particularly fast. It's only going about 44 miles an hour. It's not particularly banked. There's no G-force in it whatsoever. What I did notice was, and as you may realise, the coaster that was here, which is the other hard coaster, which we've had to delete temporarily, this coaster here had a huge peak that intersected this track, like cut into its catwalk around here. So after all of that time and all that playing around, it looks like having that coaster so close pushed that fear up quite a lot. And it's only gone down by, it was at 0.09, sorry. So it's only gone down by about 0.14 it's gone down by deleting that coaster. So it's not gone down a huge amount, but that 0.1 was absolutely destroying me. So now we seem to have a coaster that has 2 cars, has a stop point there. It is 6 excitement, no more than 4 fear, 1,000 meters, 25 miles an hour long. So now if we open this up, we might get lucky. And this might actually do what it's supposed to now. Which does mean we need to build this coaster again. And I can't really remember what it is we did to this. I can't remember what we did to this one either, but this one's been just a huge pain. So we'll just have to start this one again and just see what happens, really, to be honest. So the first couple aren't really going to be particularly accurate, I'd have thought. Until it gets a bit of a queue going and gets everything filled up, it's probably going to lose this status a couple of times because the average speed and the ratings and everything will change a little bit. Just per run. But as we can see, the queue is filling up quite nicely. Got pretty much a full complement of people in there. I don't know what we're currently charging for this. $19 at the moment. People are saying it's good value, but let's just leave that for a month. We've literally just ticked over a month, so at the end of October, hopefully, all being well, that should make a good deal of money. Otherwise, well, we might have to try running a couple of campaigns to get more people in as well. Right, that was... I mean, I've been doing this for over an hour now. I'm into about an hour and 6 minutes my timer reads. So I've been doing this for some time, trying to make sure... Look at that. Immediately 2,500 in that first month. And it hasn't actually ticked over a month yet. So that might have been a partial month. And the reason it's making so much money it was before is because of the 2 cars, so people get pushed out. So the only other things I've changed is I've got this horrible, horrible end to the ride here. That was just to push the excitement. It didn't really do much in the way of fear because it's kind of slow there anyways, but that just pushed the excitement up a little bit, which probably wasn't necessary in the grand scheme of things. I also put a little bit of a bump just for this little choke point here as well, as you can see. What else did I do? I don't think I did much else. I removed the breakpoint that was here and just utilized the block point for the break-in. So I removed this breakpoint that was here and just used this one. The breakpoint here, do I still have? I have a breakpoint here, which you can just see these 3 bars. It was 6 bars, so it was this whole dip, so I shortened that one by half. And I added a breakpoint here, which basically did nothing. It was only like 1 meter per second deceleration, so it didn't do too much. It just took a little bit of an edge off. And again, those things probably weren't entirely necessary. It was just, why has that gone down to nothing? Because it's lost its status for some reason. Why have you lost your status? It's back again. That's fine then. So we'll leave this just this couple more days to take over, and just to make sure that this is going to make us $3,000. It's lost its state. It's losing it per alternate carriage, isn't it, for some reason? It still doesn't have it, and the month's about to tick over, which makes me quite concerned, actually. It's because the fear's gone up. Why has the fear gone up? Made enough money last month as well, so that's very, very frustrating. Why has the fear gone up? It's because it's taken so long to get people on the ride, it's not stopping at the toplet. It's taken so long to get people off and get people on, it's changed the ride completely. Oh, you son of a bitch. You son of a bitch. That's an easy fix. We just need to get the average speed down a bit, which is fine. We'll just probably increase the braking on this point over here. This point here, even. But that's very hard to test. I have no easy way of monitoring that because I can't really test for whether people are taking long to get on and off the ride or not. Like that one there got stopped enough that it just looked like it hit that block point. Because not everyone seemed to get on. Oh, no, I don't think it did actually, did it? No. Oh, crapoodles. Alright then. Let's go back to testing, edit the track. Let's just put this up. Oh, I don't know. We just change the deceleration rate. If we start a test, this first one then should give us a good idea. This first, thank you, there we go. Good idea of whether it's actually gonna cause any problems or not. That's so frustrating. So genuinely frustrating. I thought it was there then. Okay, so that's an average speed of 34 and all things are fine. Oh, in fact, that counts. Oh, that counts. Because last month's money was over 3,000, it doesn't matter that I edited the ride because the ride itself was the same. That's quite interesting. So I just need to build a ride that hits the requirements with a single run without a blockchain, put a blockchain in, or add another carriage at least, get the money, and then just take that out and run a test. Okay, that's interesting. That's very interesting. So let's crack on. Let's see if we can smash this out of the park, which we're not going to be able to, but it's fine, whatever. It's whatever, innit? Who cares anymore? What was it? Was it red steel? No, that's red steel, isn't it? Yeah, that's red steel, so not red steel. Oh god, what was it? Steel Vengeance. Was it? Would have gone about there. Yeah, looks like it, doesn't it? Looks like it. So we'll put this somewhere more sensible. Where that's going to be, I'm not too sure. Somewhere that's got to be relatively publicly accessible is the only real issue with this. Because how high is that off the ground at the moment? It's not too bad, I guess, is it? If we put it like... If we put it like there, maybe? It's getting people over to it that might be the problem. Where else can we really put it? I suppose we could just delete these ones, but we need that money coming in, really, to make sure we're doing all right. I don't want to put it anywhere near... I suppose it doesn't matter if I put it near anything else now, does it? Because it's already... But I don't want anything else affecting it. So let's just put it there. Let's just put it there. Let's give it a test. Let's see what it is. See if I can remember what I did to change it to hit these requirements. I don't think we had to do too much. I don't think. There's no speed requirement, which is awesome because the speed requirements are a huge pain. I think it automatically hits the inversions just because it's got a lot of these barrel roll type things. So inversions are 6, so it does that straight away. 7 excitement, yes. At least 5 fear. So we need to get the fear up. That's what we need to do. Get the fear up without affecting the excitement. Okay. Immediately forgot what it needed to be. 7 excitement, 5 fear. At most 4 nausea, 1500 meters long. Is it long enough? Yes. And 5 inversion. So we just need to get right. That above 7, that above 5. So, first things first, what if we just increase the chain speed? What does that do for us? Let's just stop and start the test. So what we also need to do is make sure that we can actually blockchain. We should be able to, because it's got... No, we're going to need to add another blockchain in somewhere, aren't we? Even if it doesn't use it, it needs to have it in. Okay, well, that has hit all the objectives, hasn't it? At least 7 excitement. Oh, no, it's got to go up. Did that go down? Okay. No problem, no problem. I remember doing stuff over here. I remember like putting brake sections in here and all sorts, didn't I? Unless that is one. Is that? No, that's just a brake. It's not a block section. So let's just... If I said done, and I wanted to increase the number of trains, could I? Ah, I could. Okay, right. So that's fine. Let's turn that off for now. At least that means that I don't have to worry about putting another block section in anywhere. So that's fine. That's something. Oh, we've almost done this. I'm getting excited now. So we just need to get the fear up and keep the excitement up, which isn't... That's easy enough, really, isn't it? You'd have thought. We'll just wait for this to come around and see what it comes in at. So we'll get it working with 1, and then we'll stick a blockchain, another car in, and see if that makes any difference. So we need to get the fear up. How are we going to get the fear up? How are we going to get the fear up? What if we just, like, increase these bumble dumps? Come on, can I increase these bumble dumps? How about I just do that? It's a relatively long course, which is annoying. Course. Roller coaster. Of course, I don't need to worry about... I keep forgetting. I don't need to worry about how it performs with 2 cars. Because I just need to worry about it doing it with 1. And then I can just run it with 2, get the money in, and then change it to 1. Oh dear, excuse me, that was a particularly weird sound. So, what did I do last time? Let's just... What gets fear in? I mean, this kind of works doing... Let's just put some more bumps in. Let's just put some more bumps in. Let's put some more bumps in. We might even see if we can put some bigger dips in. It's getting there. It is getting there. If there's a better way... What if we just... What if we select this and just say, shudump? What does that do? That's got to be quite scary, right? Start it off again. If we look at our heat maps for fear. Well, not very is the answer. Not very. It doesn't really do much for anything, does it? I think one of the things I did over the other one was I cut this corner off, didn't I? And I just went straight onto it. So let's try doing that. Let's get rid of this heat map. If I just... Nope. Undo that. Nope. Bit too far? No. I just hit autocomplete. It does that weird old thing. That's fine. Go. Start the test. Start the test. Still probably not very scary. Well, it does peak up a little bit. A lot more than it did before. That might be enough. As long as it isn't completely unexciting, and I think that's higher than it was before as well. So that will probably do it, I think. No, it won't. But there's way too much braking down this section. So let's find this first brake. Well, that's the block section. We can't touch the block section. That's the block section. This whole thing is a block section. And that's a drivetrain. That's nothing. And then that's the block section. What if we just do that? What if we just do that? What does that do for us? Don't really care about janitors quitting. They can quit if they want. Oh, there we go. There we go. At least 7 excitement, at least 5 fear, at most 4 nausea, and all the rest of it's done. Right. Okay, so now, I'm going to say done to that. I need to place the entrance, like there. Place the exit. Do we want it on the same side? We probably want it on the same side, don't we? Or did it say that things work quicker if they're not on the same side? I don't know. Let's find that out as well. So I want to do this first. So if this breaks down, that's a bit too low, isn't it? Blimey. If this breaks down, we'll have to try and just move the janitor, the mechanic there straight away. Still too low? Still too low. Now, is this the thing we've had before, where it only lets us put the exit in certain places? Like we can't connect a path there? Yeah, it is. Okay. So let's stick that there. And boom, there we go. Right, now we need the queue. I was going to put the queue over there. Let's see if we can. Let's see if we can, because this needs to come down a fair bit anyway. So can we get it in over the top of there? Put it there. Is that a big enough queue? Not convinced it is. So what if we do a little bit of this? Can I get it right in the corner there? Pretty much, yes. Okay, right then. And we want to make sure this queue is as happy as it can be. So let's get... Not going to muck around too much. Let's just go straight for the little yellow flowers. I'm not even going to bother with the lights, because this is going to be the last thing we have to do. So happy I figured out that little, almost like a, not quite a bug, but it's certainly a bit of a workaround, isn't it? As long as the ride makes the money, doesn't matter if you change the ride configuration. Maybe if I actually edited the roller coaster, it would matter. Because we're not changing the blueprint, I guess, it doesn't concern itself. Now, it's not ideal. I mean, obviously we should, in theory, be figuring out a way to do it without doing that. But, seeing as we couldn't, at least we have found some way of doing it. Actually, it's quite a long queue, isn't it? Now that I started doing this, we want it to be completely max. We don't want to half-ass this. And we need to remember, before we open it up, to make it... I know that those have gone weird over there, but that's fine. That's fine. I keep putting some on the sea floor as well, or the lake floor. Yep, that's gone up a bit as well, but that's also fine. How are we doing? 100%, perfect. Right, so let's put the money up. Let's put it up to $18. Let's change it to 2 cars. It needs to test itself with the 2 cars, that's fine. Then let's open it up. Let's also, just to make sure, let's start a marketing campaign for teenagers and for adults. Get those going, just to make sure we get as many people in as possible. So the entrance is quite near to everyone anyway. So my concern we're putting over here is if the entrance is over here, people might just automatically walk in this direction, because that's where all the fun stuff is. So we'll give that marketing campaign a little bit of a chance to kick in. Let's make sure our staff is okay. Because we probably had a few people quit, I think, didn't we? Yeah, one of our maintenance of janitors did, but that's fine. We're not too bothered about that. Right, so numbers are starting to tick up a little bit. So let's open, in fact, before we do anything. No, let's not do that. Let's do a save. You can see here my saves of the ride statistics for the other roller coaster. How close I was getting. So that's the average speed. That's the over the fear. And that's where the excitement was. So with that other coaster in place, I got it at a 0.21 excitement and 0.09 fear, which is almost there. And then 0.97, 0.04, but I thought having that 0.21 would be a lot to play with. Anyway, it's neither here nor there. So let's get that saved. And then... yeah, so was it still... even with the 2 cars running, it still looks like it has hit the appropriate amount of... because on the other one, it seemed that if they were blockchained, it would affect the excitement and fear and stuff. Which isn't necessarily what you'd expect to happen. You know, fair enough, it'd affect the average speed, but you wouldn't necessarily expect it to affect the excitement and fear. But this one looks like it's going to be alright anyway. So let's just open it up. 1,400 people in the park. Immediately lots of people going on. That's awesome. $18 a pop. Oh, look at that. Just crowds of people. Swathes of people. Bunches of people. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. Oh, this is good. This is going to be good. This is going to do it. This is going to do it. Unless it breaks down. We're just about to tick over the month as well, so it's perfectly timed. Oh, come on, people. We need more people on this ride. Come on. That's it. A few more. Trickle on. Trickle on. Oh, here we go. Lots of new people coming in the park. Look. Needed nothing. Oh, loads of them. Loads of them coming on the queue now. Each of those is $18 a pop. Beautiful. So we've got a few rides in that queue. So I don't see why having the entrance and exit on opposite sides makes any difference. What I thought might happen is as soon as the people were off, other people would start getting on. But that doesn't seem to be the case, so I don't know why it makes any difference if the entrance and exit are on different sides. So if you look at it, they don't start getting on the ride until quite a long time in relative terms after they're through the exit gate. So yeah, I'm not sure why that matters. Maybe that's something that used to work different and they've changed it, patched it in a little bit differently. So, last month's profit was $1,700. I think we can do better than that. Because that would hopefully have been last October, wouldn't it? Because this is the first month of the season. People think it's really good value, and it went up by 80% in price from its default price, so people are really willing to spend a lot of money on roller coasters, which is good to know. So if for some reason this doesn't make enough money, then we can probably increase the price by a good $3 or $4. As long as this one doesn't break down, I don't really care if any other rides break down. So the month is about to tick over and we're about to do this scenario. Here it comes. Do-do-do-do-do-do, drum roll. It's longer than I thought. I thought we'd done by now. Drum roll. Why isn't that counted? Come on. Come on. There it is. Oh my god, I thought that wasn't going to work for a second. Oh, the panic. Well, there we go then. That is finally Goldmine Tower complete. This has taken me an hour and a half to do. So it turns out this one was actually really easy because it didn't care if it was blockchained or not. But this one here, that was the problem one. And that was the problem. And that wasn't the most problem one because of you. All because of you. I don't like the fact that it's broken up my little really horrendously busy coaster section over here. I like the fact they're all interlinked and running over each other. And that one does look kind of stupid there. I wouldn't have put it there if I had much of a choice in the matter, but I don't want to put it too far away from everything else. Either way, though, either way, we are done. So that means there's only one more scenario in Planet Coaster Crew Mode Extras to go. One more. The final of Millie? I want to say Millie, but I can't remember her name. The final of the cowboy ones. And then we're good to go. And then that is that done. The 1.4 update is out relatively soon. I think very soon. Not sure. I haven't seen anything saying they're going to add any more career mode objectives as part of that. So I'd love to do more Planet Coaster, but I'm kind of hoping they don't because there are other games I'd like to play on the channel. And if they do more, I will feel compelled to do them. So we'll see. Of course, as I said last time, I am going to be replacing this with XCOM 2. Due to the very generous Future 101, who donated some money on one of my live streams to put towards XCOM 2. So that will be, I think, what's replacing this. I think rather than doing it live stream, I think it'll fit better into a video on demand sort of thing. So that's the idea. And there we go. Oh, honestly, couldn't really be happier that's done. I was really concerned that was going to be like the last one. Why is this empty? Why are you testing? I really thought this was going to be like the last one in the actual main career mode objectives, but this was going to take me hours and hours and hours to do. And I am even more concerned about the next scenario and what that's going to bring. That one worries me quite a lot, actually. Because it could be fine. It could be that there's, there's not much to it. Or it could be that it's more roller coasters with really specific requirements. It is technically the last one I think they released. Yeah, because the first one of this had the video screens, and that was the last major update. So this is the last one they released. So it could be that hard one is going to be hard as balls, which will be a little bit frustrating. So we'll see. We'll see. Hopefully it's not entirely coaster-based like this one, because I do like the coasters, but they're very time-consuming, which makes it a bit more of a problem for the channel, but we'll see. Something to look forward to for next time. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, obviously, please do click the like button. That's hugely appreciated. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and leave any comments down below. Let me know, for example, on XCOM, whether you think that would suit streaming better than the other thing that I do, you know, where I do it on demand, like kind of like this is like this one's doing. If it's like that, then yeah, like if so, kind of where I record it and then I edit and then it goes to the channel. So and then you watch it whenever you like. That's the thing I'm on about. Yeah, obviously do come along and watch the streaming as well. Streaming every Wednesday at 6 p.m. UK time, so do check the live stream event page on YouTube or Twitch for the times in your particular time zone, wherever you live in the world. Come along, we're doing Alien Isolation. I say we, it's only me playing it, but I'm doing Alien Isolation still for the next couple of weeks at least to finish that off and get the DLC done as well, which I'm aware is quite short. So come along and say hi. It's being done in VR, so if you want to see how Alien Isolation works in VR, that's your chance to come and check it out. So hopefully I will see you there. Otherwise, I will see you next time on Planet Coaster, and thank you very much for joining me.